A man's kind of dumb to team up with anybody who has the name of Wild Horse Willie, rounding up wild Mustangs in South Texas and then running and walking them clear to Nebraska can make you just a little weary. The payoff when we sold the Bronx was better than trail wages, but I promised myself I'd stick to riding herd for a while. Less fussing and less cussing and easier on the seat of my pants.
Sam Bass, he came from Indiana. It was his native state. He came clear out to Texas, and there he met his fate. Sam always drank good liquor and spent his money free, and a kind-hearted fella you seldom ever see.
Sounded pretty good.
You look about as frazzled as me, cowboy.
Well, that could be. Of course, I'm a mite drier.
Well, this ought to buck you up. Nothing like a shot of red eye. I was mighty pretty. Sorry you had to see that, friend. Makes it kind of embarrassing.
For you or for me?
Could be both, I reckon. Maybe you heard of me. Ben Reed. Busted out of Fort Lyon. The reward should be pretty sizable.
I heard of you.
You might be tempted to spoil a pleasant meeting of strangers for mere money. Me, I'd be more than tempted to stop you. Awful embarrassing.
I'm not a bounty hunter, if that's what you mean.
You know, I like your manner, friend. I take your word. Now, be on your way. I want to get this leg iron off. You said you're no bounty hunter. I say I never shot a man in the back. But what do we do?
Well, I wouldn't like to put temptation in your way, so suppose we do it this way. I think it's only fair to tell you that I feel duty-bound to report this to the first lawman I see.
Well, that's fair enough. I'll be in the next state.
The jail had changed. It looked more inviting than the hotel. Hey, Milt.
Well, if it ain't Vent Bonner, well, I'm a hung jury in the Pollock. How are you, boy?
Good, good. Say, this must be my day for meeting up with drinking men.
Well, am I glad to see you.
If I remember correctly, you were looking out from behind these same bars the last time I saw you, and that's more than a couple of years ago.
Well, now, as a matter of fact, that's the story of my life, either in front of the bars or behind them. I haven't missed more than 2 Saturday nights since I built the place.
You're living in style. Say, who fancied up the jail?
Oh, we got a brand new sheriff. He might need a few partners here and there, but I'm telling you, in a fight, he's just as cool as a polecat in the moonlight. Why, you ought to have seen him tonight. Hey, is that you, Sheriff? Come back here. I want you to meet an old friend of mine, huh? Sheriff Billy, Vent Bonner.
Good to know you, Sheriff.
Well, pleased to meet you, Mr. Bonner. Come along out of there, Milt.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Milt, why don't you try skipping next Saturday?
Well, Sheriff, you know I do try. That's my one virtue, you know. Well, come on, Vent. Thanks for the hospitality, Sheriff.
Sheriff, I ran into a drunk on a trail about 12 miles northeast of here. Said he'd just broken out of Fort Lyon. Called himself Ben Reed. We threw down on each other at the same time. It was a standoff. Peculiar kind of fellow. I don't know which way he was headed.
Well, I'll get a message off to Fort Lyon, see if I can get some information on him.
Thought I ought to tell you.
Mr. Bonner. I've heard quite a bit about you since I came to town. Folks say you cover a lot of territory.
I get around some.
Did you ever hear of a man named Blake Riddle?
Blake Riddle. Can't say as I have. Relative?
My father.
Supposed to be in this country somewhere?
No, not here in Cooper Springs. Somewhere in the territory.
You haven't heard from him lately, is that it?
No, I've never heard from him. I've never even seen him.
Tell me some more about it.
I was asking for information, not for help and sympathy, Mr. Bonner. Something strike you funny, mister?
Oh, don't mind my sense of humor, young friend. It's just that the sight of you wearing that star gives me that safe, good feeling.
Hi. You, like the flowers?
They're real pretty.
You acted so funny in church this morning, I wasn't sure whether you'd be here.
I'm sorry, Annie. I mean, that's the way it's always going to be. Till I do what I have to do. Believe me, I don't want to hurt you.
Don't you think I know that? The thing that hurts is to see what you're doing to yourself.
I got to keep looking for him. Till I know for sure where he is. How I made out. Well, after all, he's my father.
I can't fight against a ghost, darling.
I'll come back someday when I'm sure.
I can't promise I'll wait for that someday, Bill. Let's get one thing straight. I'm not a woman who'll do anything to get a man, any man, just because she'll never have another chance. This is hard to say, Bill, but there'll be somebody else that I can live with and respect and learn to love.
I can't help myself.
I'm sorry for you then. For both of us.
Brent, you haven't been paying much attention to me.
I'm sorry, old timer. I was just thinking.
Thinking. That's the way it starts with me every Friday night.
Matter of fact, I was thinking about that boy you got for a sheriff.
Yeah, you know, Vent, if I'm not mighty wrong, that boy's gonna be moving on.
Well, it's only natural for a boy to want to know more about his father, especially if he's never seen him.
No, that boy belongs right here in this town and married up with Annie White.
He sure closed up tight on me. Do you know the story about his folks?
Well, it seems that his father brought his mother out west, and she was a delicate type. Pioneering was too rough on her. And just before Billy was born, she gave up, went back home. And after she died, Billy come out here. And then Billy was going through an old trunk of his mother's and found a letter from his daddy. In it, he said he planned to buy a ranch up in Nebraska someplace. She never did answer that letter. No, that can't be. We don't have shooting scrapes in this town.
Bill? Be careful, please.
You got one now.
This is on me, Sheriff. Ben Reed. You hired me.
That's Ben Reed, the one I told you about.
Oh,
Fine. And I know right where to take him.
He may be drunk, but he's still dangerous.
Now let Ben help you, boy. You're new at this game.
Thanks. Thanks all the same.
bring out your best, bartender. This might be my last fling, and I want all my old friends here to help me jubilate. Well, do like I say.
I'll take that gun, Mr. Reed.
Where'd you come from, Sonny? I saw you before, but I thought you was playing hooky from Sunday school.
I'm sheriff of this town, mister.
I thought I told you to pour that liquor.
Put that bottle down. Nobody here takes a drink till I put this man where he belongs. You're under arrest, mister.
Oh, that's too bad. Most boys your age would like to think of all they got to live for. But maybe you're different.
Maybe I am.
Now, what's your name, Sonny? Oh, just for the record. I always like to know a man's name before before there's any unpleasantness.
Riddle. Sheriff Bill Riddle. You gonna hand over that gun? Well? I'm shaky.
I know what you mean.
I never drink Sundays after I eat. That's my one virtue. But
I'll have one with you.
That's personal property. You got a right to the gun and the belt, but that there belongs to me. I'd be obliged if you'd hand it over.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. He had it stuck in his gun belt. The only way I could find him was to meet up with him this way. Boy, this is sure my lucky day. There he is. A thief, outlaw, and a killer. My father. That's why I let me take him without lifting a finger. You said yourself he'd be too hard to take.
Look, boy, just because the man let you arrest him doesn't prove kinship. He could have come by this locket a number of ways.
I'm going to take him out on the prairie and let him go on his way. My mother must have seen something in him once. At least thought she did.
Where are you going, brother?
I won't be long. I'm going to go talk to Annie.
Now, don't do anything foolish. You belong in this town. Annie's just a gal for you. Now, listen to old Mill.
You sober?
Yeah, I'm sober.
Is he really your son, or is this just another out for you?
Yeah, I'm his father. Fine-looking boy, ain't he?
So you'd better start looking around for that somebody else you was talking about, Annie.
But the people will understand about your father, Bill. That you're doing what you think you have to.
They put their faith in me. No questions asked. I'm not letting them down. But I'm standing by my father.
But, Bill... I'll wait, or I'll join you anywhere you say. Oh, don't you understand?
Nope. What you said for makes a lot better sense. Bye, Annie.
He came from Indiana. It was his native state. He came clear out to Texas, and there
Where do you suppose he got it?
Oh, maybe he had it in his pocket.
Sam always drank good liquor and spent his money free.
Where'd he get the whiskey?
We were just wondering the same thing.
Do you give it to him, Milt?
No, honest to Pete, I didn't.
So you're gonna let your poor old man off easy, are you?
What are you talking about?
You ain't even dry behind the ears. The idea of a kid of mine being a sheriff, that's good for a laugh.
Keep talking.
I never thought a piece of junk I took off a dead man would cause such a fuss.
You explain that. What dead man?
Well, it was over the Whitetail, a town on the North Platte, about 10 years ago. Some folks over there got the idea that me and some other boys held up a bank. A safety committee came after us. There was a lot of shooting, and They pulled out fast. But they left 2 men dead. One of them was carrying a locket.
Hey, you killed him?
Well, how should I know? There was a lot of shooting.
That locket wasn't worth much. Why would you steal it off a dead man?
No. It had a picture of a right pretty woman. I figured it was the rancher's wife. Well, I got the notion that I might drop by and see her sometime. I always had a way with the women. And she might get a little lonely.
What's it up? Kill him.
Wouldn't help anything. And at least now you know. You gonna be all right?
Yep. Sure. I was a fool to let myself believe a man like that. We better get started for Fort Lyon. I'll get the horses.
Well, you believe me?
I couldn't say I do. I knew about that robbery in Whitetail. It wasn't 10 years ago, it was more like 3 or 4.
You got a good memory.
And that posse that went out after you. They came back without firing a shot. I knew every man in it. There wasn't one named Little.
One thing is true, though.
What's that?
His father is dead. And I killed him.
What?
When my wife left me. But she never answered my letters. That's when I killed the man his father was. Or whatever he hoped to be. That was when I crossed the line. That was when I became Ben Reed. That was the end of Blake Riddle.
But I'd say there's more of Blake Riddle here today than Ben Reed.
Thanks a lot, old friend. That helps. And like I said on the trail, I like your manner. I like it real well.
Mr. Bonner. You tell Annie I'll be back. Tell her why.
I'll tell her, Bill.
Thanks. Milk? In my desk drawer, there's a deputy badge. You put it on till I get back, yeah?
Me? Well, I can't even take care of myself.
Ain't nothing wrong with you, Milk. Not between Sunday and Friday, anyway.
Deputy, huh? I heard a saying one time. There's so much bad in the best of us and so much good in the worst of us that it ill behooves any of us to talk about the rest of us.